Meanwhile, at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean...
So here I am enjoying some Street Fighter 2 down in the Bounding News Desk Lounge that is underwater, apparently. But, my afternoon is unfortunately interrupted by this news. Looks like Collective Shout's going after Eve. That's right, the protagonist from Stellar Blade has come under fire from the Australian Harpies. And they have this to say, quote, "Many of these games also involve misogyny and the over-sexualization and objectification of women. Female characters are often depicted as weak. They wear revealing clothes or appear naked, and are cast as negative figures, such as prostitutes. Some games even encourage the exploitation and abuse of women to unlock rewards and boost player abilities." Now, for whatever reason, they've strapped Eve's gazungas to this. I think she's wearing her maid outfit here. I really don't. I don't know what they're talking about. Eve is not portrayed as a weak character whatsoever. It's very bizarre to say that about her. Is she wearing revealing clothing? Well, sure. The model that she's scanned in from also wears revealing clothing. That's her thing. Some women are into that, and apparently Eve is into that. But also, this is a character that's made out of polygons. It's not a real person. They don't file taxes. They don't get their checkup at the doctor. When you shut off the game, Eve goes bye-bye until you turn the game back on. It's not like she takes a break in the break room and complains about having her gazungas flying all over the place when she's doing the runny-roundy parts.
It doesn't matter if the subscriber count never changes. What matters is if we let the subscriber count change us. Every one of us has to find a reason to do this. You don't just climb up in front of a microphone and start spouting off your opinions because you're a YouTuber. You do it because you're driven.
But speaking of running around, we have YouTube saying, we're going to crystal ball guess your age. Remember that thing way back in the day when that chatbot would guess your age and it was really creepy how close it would get? Either way, YouTube's going to try that now. And if you fail, well, you're getting booted off the platform. Or at the very least, your account is going to go bye-bye. Doesn't matter how long you've had it, what importance it has to you. YouTube can't allow you to have it because the good old UK says it's naughty for you to be interacting on the internet under the certain age limits that they've put in place on top of these tech giants that decided on their own when you could access their platform. And speaking of having access, we have the meat and potatoes right here. Riot Games is accused of blocking Mastercard discourse in the VCT chat. As Mastercard deals with other backlash, the payment processor and Riot Games are now accused of actively suppressing negative posts during esports events. Now, this comes from Sports Illustrated. Now, I tripped over that because my brain said SI, and that's not Sports Illustrated. That's shorter. Was it too much to ask people to spell illustrated? Was that too hard now? We couldn't get the jocks to spell illustrated anymore, so we just went with SI? Must be weird for people who speak Spanish, like yes.com. That's weird. Anyway, here's what happened. Anna V goes on here. Now, I believe this is the Anna Valens that brought up so much controversy during Kershaw's attempted cancellation there when she was almost canceled, or there was an attempt to cancel her for simply being right of center and having spicy opinions that one would have being a VTuber. I don't know if you know this, but VTubers say some pretty crazy shit. So anyway, this is what Anna V, now again, this is that Anna Valens person who was, mixed up and then got shut down by Vice for criticizing Collective Shout. So here we go. This is a person that's not necessarily on our side, but, not with them either. So Anna says this. A source reached out to me claiming Mastercard contacted Riot Games about ongoing Steam itch.io controversy. Mastercard is a major Riot esports sponsor. This is the message going around internally from Riot. Now, I have it over here. And so it's a bit paraphrased because, why not? And so here's what it says. Mastercard has asked Riot to keep an eye out for negative sentiments on official Riot streams. Riot has asked esports content creators working with official Riot properties to watch out for any negative sentiments toward Mastercard. Moderators have been told to look out for any unusual activity around the Mastercard issue. That's happening in real life now. And they go on to explain a bit more about this over on yes.com, Sports Illustrated, whatever. It's too difficult to spell Illustrated. Anyway, as noted by responses to this leaked statement, Riot does not necessarily have an obligation to do this, but appears to be directly siding with Mastercard in providing the potential suppression in its live streams. During the VCT America Stage 2 streams on August 8th, Riot made the streams follower and subscriber only on both Twitch and YouTube, with that time increasing as more users started flooding into the stream. So there was a limit. You had to be a member or subscriber for a longer period of time before you could interact in the chat, and that was pretty dumb. One user shared that you needed to be following for an hour before chatting on Twitch initially. Another following up with less than 20 minutes later, showing that the required time had been extended to a full 24-hour day. Along with that, reports that chat messages with mention of Mastercard or specific phrases were instantly deleted, with those users being timed out for varying lengthy durations. That is only the case on specific streams. However, as the NACL stream on YouTube was flooded with messages about the payment processor, with many viewers actively commenting on gameplay while alluding to Mastercard's actions against NSFW games. This is the second time Riot has experienced controversy with sponsorship-related drama in the last 2 months, with the previous instance coming when the company announced it would be opening the door for the official betting sponsorships for its esports ecosystem. And so again, this reviews the controversy with Mastercard. Like, it's not our fault. We didn't do anything. Everybody's overreacting. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And of course, it got community noted here, and they explain that both Steam and itch.io explained that, yes, MasterCard reached out and told them, cut it out or we're going to make it harder for you. And Visa, their president, their CEO over in Japan, said, by the way, we think it's brand troubling. It's dangerous to our brand. It'll tarnish our brand if we support these manga archive websites that have things that are uncomfortable to explain to my mom. Ugh. And that's what ended up happening to this stuff. So you'll have to let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below, guys, because quite honestly, I'm not really sure what to really make of the whole thing. It's not so much that, this is right or anything like that. It's just I have a question about why Riot even gives this any kind of air. Yes, I understand you have a massive sponsorship with these people. Yes, I understand that they pay probably a significant part of the bills to keep the esports, championships and the other things going. Forgive me, it's a little early in the morning on my end. But the situation as it unfolds right now is that Riot really needs to make a decision. Are they going to stand with their players, or are they going to stand with their sponsors? Do the sponsors mean more to them than the actual esports? Time will tell, because this isn't going to go away. People are going to continue raising this problem as Mastercard, Visa, and all the other processors continue to cut down anything they don't like. And as we've exposed before, Mastercard has even made it clear that things like Mortal Kombat and SpongeBob will end up falling into the I don't know if we can cover this anymore spot due to the violence that's practiced in it, okay? It's not just the sex stuff that they're going after. And that's where we're at. So again, you'll have to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always, guys, please keep a cool head and good luck out there.